Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Gold with only one Delibird was an insanely highly requested one. So let's do one that I haven't seen anyone ask for. Today's the day that we figure out, would I be able to beat Pokemon Red with a team of only one Machop? Machop is a weird one. When I first started researching this run for the show, I had no idea that Machop's base stats were only 305, lower than first form starters. His attack and health aren't bad for a first form Pokemon, but his speed and special are absolutely awful. Battles with strong special attackers could be a real problem, and considering just how slow we are, I don't know how well we'll be able to take out the Psychic Gym. Our level up moves are incredibly underwhelming, considering that in Gen 1, Low Kick is just a 90 accuracy move that can cause flinching, and Karate Chop is normal type. We don't really learn any good moves by level up. The best we get is Seismic Toss at level 39. Machop's terribleness is offset a little bit by how we have some access to some pretty good TMs, but until I get those, my moveset's gonna be pretty rough. Like always, I'm writing the script as I go through with the challenge, so all this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. I think that I can, but that I'm gonna get stuck at a lot of points along the way. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Machop. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So right off the bat, I use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Bulbasaur with Machop, so that we can do the whole run with it. I replaced Bulbasaur so that my rival would have Charizard, the hardest for us to fight. I name him Aldous, because if you're gonna aim high, you may as well aim for the top. So right off the bat, I'm karate chopping bugs. Now, if you're like me, you probably didn't think that this is how the run was gonna start. When I first thought of this challenge, I thought that I'd destroy Brock, no problem, because I have fighting moves, and that I'd be underleveled when I get to Cerulean, and that'd probably be the first stumbling point. But I quickly realized while researching this that we don't learn a fighting move until level 20, and by then we could probably just crit a bunch with Karate Chop to get the win. Despite it being called Karate Chop, this literal martial arts move was a normal type move until Gen 2. I have no idea why. Also, our back sprite looks half hilarious and half terrifying. There is something weird about him. Oh, by the way, the poison made us faint literally on the step where I could have asked for healing, and I lost half my money due to that. Gen 1 can be really ruthless sometimes. When I get to Brock, I'm only level 12, but it's still worth a try. It looks like we're only hitting for about 1 damage when we don't get a crit, but weirdly enough, Geodude spams Defense Curl so much that we actually only get hit once by Tackle before he goes down. We don't have the same luck with Onix, though. He's got Bide, and we don't have any non-damaging moves, so we just have to hope that he doesn't use it that much. We hardly ended up hurting him before we went down. We're only at level 12, we don't know Wrist Lock from Wrist Watch yet, so I decided to get a few more levels. At level 15, I try again, and thanks to Geodude using Tackle more, we actually had more damage coming into the fight with Onix than last time. We did end up doing much better against Onix, partly because we got luckier on his move choice, but critical hit luck is a big factor in this fight. Karate Chop is like Slash. It crits a lot, and we need that because it bypasses stat changes. By the time that we went down, we had almost taken out Onix. Another level and a little luck should get us through it. After 5 more tries at level 16, we finally get just the right balance of critical hits while he's not using Bide, and non-critical hits while he is using Bide, to just hardly hang on and get us our first title. In Mount Moon, I decided to grind just a bit until I hit level 20 and learn how to low kick. In Gen 1, it's just a weak 50 power, 90 accuracy fighting move. It's got a solid 30% chance to cause flinching, but we're also pretty slow, so we probably won't get much use out of a flinch move. On our way through, though, I took the Helix Fossil. I knew that if I didn't say what I took, you'd all ask. Actually, now that I think about it, everyone asks anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. On the other side, I decided to go straight after Misty's Water Gym. Staryu went down quickly, but did some solid damage with Water Gun, but Starmie was far too strong for us. Our special is terrible, and our speed is just as low, so Bubble Beam made really short work of us. I go after the rival next. Pidgeot is first, but he doesn't have any flying moves, and its Sand Attack misses, so we take him out pretty quickly. Second is Abra, who can't fight back, and third is Rattata. He does a bit of damage with Quick Attack before we take it out in one low kick, and last is Charmander. It scratches us for a little damage, we Karate Chop it for most of his health, he uses Leer, and I finish it off. He probably should have just used Ember and hoped for a burn. After taking out all of the trainers in the north, we come back to Misty's water gym, and for yet another run, she randomly doesn't use Bubble Beam, and instead, she just loses fast because she decided X Defend and Tackle were the right moves, well, I just crit her with 2 Karate Chops in a row. Next is the SSN, so while I'm there, I make sure to pick up the TM for Body Slam. It's got 85 power and 100 accuracy, so it's already way more reliable than Karate Chop. It's also got a solid 30% chance to paralyze, although because of the weird way that Gen 1 is programmed, it can't paralyze normal types. I had to make sure I grabbed it right away though, because the SSN leaves after, and it would suck to miss out on this TM. Now that we can scoop slam people though, we go ahead and drop our rival's whole team on their necks and get back on my journey. The Electric Gym also goes just as easily, mostly because he picked terrible moves, and then the 256 glitch made Raichu's 100 accuracy Thundershock miss. I actually didn't know that the opponents can run into the 256 glitch. I don't know if I've had that happen yet. I'd redo the fight to give Surge a fighting chance, but I think we all know he wasn't gonna win. I make my way to the grass gym next, and it looks like our body slam sweeps might be coming to an end soon. Right away, Victory Bell outspeeds us and misses its first poison powder, but the second one hits as we take it out. Tangela tries to bind us, and that would have been really bad due to also being poisoned, but it missed and we took it out. Last is Vileplume, and its Mega Drain takes a solid chunk out of us twice, but our body slams are just too strong, and 3 did the job. With that done, I go and spin around in the Rocket hideout under the game corner. You have to wonder, does Team Rocket own the game corner, or did they just have a working relationship with the owner? Is this some kind of racket? Is the money that I spend in the game corner going back into funding Team Rocket? I never really thought about it before, but there's some dark implications going on here. Anyway, Giovanni was just an easy beatdown, as I'm sure you expected. Fighting is good against both rock and normal types, and that's all he has. At the end of the fight, we hit level 39 and learned Seismic Toss. It's not great, but it's better than Leer, so I'll take that. The rival fight in the Pokemon Tower is usually an easy one, and this time was no different. We body slammed our way through the fight just fine, although we did lose half of our health in the process. Alright, you see where I'm standing. I'm sure plenty of you are thinking this could be the end of the run right here. Another sizable chunk of you are probably thinking that I'm gonna need to use Bide to get past here. Another weirdly large chunk of you are yelling Toxic right now, and you can't get that until after Koga, and these ghosts are all also poison type, so that wouldn't work, but some of you say Toxic is the solution to everything, so I'm not surprised. What I am surprised about is the actual solution. Seismic Toss works on ghosts. I have absolutely no idea why I can throw a ghost. I've made jokes about Guldine's Horn Attack and Peck being the same move and how it doesn't make sense why only one of them can hit ghosts, but this is even dumber than that. I cannot chop a ghost with my hands. I cannot kick a ghost with my feet. I cannot lift and slam a ghost on the ground, and yet somehow I can throw a ghost. Someone get Zach Baggins on the horn again. I think we've made a paranormal breakthrough. Poison gym time, and we basically didn't have a level advantage at this point. The first coughing I luck out on, and none of his poisoning moves hit, and second is Muck, who misses Disable as we slam him. He starts using Minimize, and he hits us with Poison Gas, but after a ton of rounds of missing while he used X items, we took him out. The next coughing was an easy 2-shot thanks to a crit, but the poison is building up. Wheezing is last, and it instantly self-destructed, taking us out. I think it's fair to say that I could have beaten that with better luck without missing, but I decided to just go ahead and get a head start on Silphco instead. I'm gonna need to clear out the place eventually anyway. During the process, Aldous hits level 46 and tries to learn Submission. Presumably King Lin's Cloverleaf, but it's only got 80 accuracy, 80 power, and recoil damage, so I don't bother with it. Next is Rival Fivel, and it took me 10 tries just to not get critically hit by Pidgeot's Wing Attack. Eventually, though, I managed to get a run where I didn't get critically hit, and we take it down. Execute puts up Reflect, but Body Slam and Seismic Toss do the job, and third is Gyarados. We get hit for a bit of damage, we paralyze him off Body Slam, give him a second one to almost take him out, and Hydro Pump ends us. Alright, I'm not gonna keep trying my luck on this one, I probably can't beat him right now. The Poison Gym, though, I could probably beat. After a handful of tries at the Poison Gym, we do finally get a run where his evasion and poison tricks don't work out for him, and he ends up self-destructing. Well, we still have tons of health left, so we win the fight. After that, I go straight to Cinnabar Island and fight all of the fire trainers on my way to Blaine. He's technically stronger than our rival, but he's also way dumber, so I bet I could beat him first. When I get to him, he fights so incredibly poorly that he actually crit every single damaging attack that he threw at me, and I still won. He had so many chances to take me down, and he was using stuff like Roar and Super Potions instead. Blaine needs to have his gym revoked. I get back to the rival, and this time I managed to beat Gyarados, largely just because they picked bad moves. Next, though, was Alakazam, who easily one-shotted us down with Psybeam. Alright, this could be a brick wall for a little while. I decided to go around fighting a bunch of trainers that I haven't gotten to yet. If Alakazam is faster than me, then I'm not going to be able to win without getting more health and special. We'd probably one-shot him if we could hit him, but at that point, we're just hoping that the rival doesn't use Psybeam. I'm sure that we could get a run like that with enough attempts, but we're going to need a few more levels in preparation for the 8th gym anyway, so this just makes more sense. At level 58, we finally make an attempt where I get to Alakazam with decent health, and the Psybeam doesn't crit us, so we survive and slam him once to take him out. Last was Charizard, and I was worried about Flamethrower and Wing Attack, but he just uses Leer and misses. Then Body Slam paralyzed him, so we just beat him. I think that blew through that fight. Giovanni was right after, but as you'd probably expect, Body Slam and Low Kick completely crushed them, so next is the Psychic Gym, and I don't have high hopes. Kadabra is first, and right away, he's faster than us and hits Psychic, and drops our special. We take him out with Body Slam, and then we sweep through Mr. Mime and Venomoth the same way, but obviously Alakazam is faster than us and takes us out. I bet this would be possible if we can get Alakazam to use Psywave instead. That move is awful. And I totally called it, because a dozen tries later and I get this one where she decides to use Psywave. It does almost nothing because it's just that bad, and we win as a result. Last gym is Giovanni's ground gym. Rhyhorn goes to a sliver off Low Kick, hardly stomps us, then we finish it off easily. Dugtrio is second and naturally outspeeds us, so we get crit by Slash early, but we one-shot it in return. We Body Slam Nidoqueen for over half of her health, but because she was just using a guard spec, we just finished her off on the follow-up. Nidoking actually outsped us and poisoned us with Poison Sting, but then he used it for a second time instead of a good move, so we still just two-shot him. Last is Rhydon, and although he stomped us quite a bit, we managed to kick him down and win with just above red health. Finally, one last rival fight before the Elite Four. Pidgeot is first, and right away it's using Agility because it just sees that it's Psychic type. It also used Wing Attack though, so we did get hurt a bit before it went down. Rhyhorn was an easy two-shot, and third is Execute. It manages to hit us with Poison Powder before we two-shot it, and then we move on to Gyarados. Right away, he's using Leer on me for some reason, so I just slam him twice for the win. Fifth is Alakazam, who smartly opens with Reflect, but we managed to paralyze him and finish him off on the follow-up as a result. Last is Charizard, and we instantly lose almost all of our health to a critical Slash. Our Body Slam doesn't finish him, and even with Charizard using the useless move Rage, we took him to an absolute sliver from a Slam, then the Poison and the Rage finally finished us off. So close. Even after leveling up from failing a few attempts, I can pretty much just randomly lose any attempt either because Gyarados crit Hydro Pump or Alakazam used Psychic. I need to get good enough luck to actually make it to Charizard. In fact, even at level 68 with almost full health, we can just get one shot by a single non-critical Psychic. I was luckier than I thought that one time that I got to Charizard. Countless attempts later, and we finally got this run where I just paralyzed a bunch of people early so that I didn't get hit much. Alakazam never got a chance to hit me, and Charizard got paralyzed too. That was the biggest brick wall that we've had in a while. Finally, with that done, let's take a look at our stats. Our attack is great, but the speed and special is far lower than what I need them to be. On one hand, I know I'm not strong enough for our rival's Alakazam. On the other hand, at level 100, I might not be faster than it, so is it really worth leveling up more early? Let's just see how far we can get into the Elite Four first. I'm curious. Make your final guesses on if we can win or not. Let's do this. First is Ice Trainer Lorelei. It goes incredibly well, mostly due to getting lucky with them missing and picking all the wrong moves all the time. We didn't even take damage until we missed a low kick on Jinx and took an Ice Punch. Even Lapras didn't hit us back because it flinched from our low kicks. Easy win. Second is Fighting Trainer Bruno, and I forgot to even use a potion before I started this fight. Onyx just used X Defend, so Low Kick and Seismic Toss took it out, and Hitmonchan missed his opening Mega Punch and got paralyzed off a Body Slam, so he never landed a hit. Hitmonlee hits Mega Kick for plenty of damage though. I'm just happy that he wasted his second chance to hit me by using Focus Energy. The second Onyx actually dodged the first Low Kick, but it was just using Harden, so it still never hit me. Last is Machamp. The first slam brought it to about half health after he used Focus Energy. The second Body Slam brought him to a sliver and paralyzed him as he was busy using items, and the third one took him out. I feel like Aldous should have won the title there and then for taking out the champ. Machamp, that is, but what can you do? Third is Ghost Trainer Agatha. Now, if I was smart, I would have grabbed the TM for Earthquake to deal with her, but I forgot. As a result of the combo of that and Seismic Toss not being great for dealing with these ghosts, and Confuse Ray being awesome, I got crushed every time I tried this fight. I gotta go get Earthquake. A while later, and we're back, this time with Earthquake. Because of that, and some dumb move choice, we ended up crushing most of Agatha's team. Golbat gave us some minor issues because of confusion, but it was an easy win. Fourth is Dragon Trainer Lance. Gyarados is first and instantly hits us with a Hyper Beam for almost 100 health as we paralyze him on a Body Slam and took him out on the follow-up. I hit a critical Earthquake for a one-shot on the first Dragonair, and a normal one on the second Dragonair with red health, but he used a Hyper Potion. Second turn and he uses Agility because he knows it's Psychic and that I'm fighting, but not that Agility doesn't do damage, so we take him out. Aerodactyl is faster and misses Supersonic, so I just low kick him for great damage. Next turn, he hits us with a strong takedown before we finish him. Last is Dragonite, but he just spams Agility and Barrier when he could have easily finished us, but again, Gen 1 AI. Finally, it's time for the last rival fight. Right away, Pidgeot uses Mirror Move before we've even attempted an attack. Then he left himself open while going for Sky Attack, so we just finished him. Second is Alakazam, so he instantly really messed us up with Psybeam and we slammed him down. I'm just happy he used his weakest move. Rhydon took a low kick, tail whipped us, and then went down to Earthquake, and Exeggutor is next. Body Slam did great damage, but he hit Hypnosis and started using Barrage while we were still asleep. Seeing as this is Gen 1 sleep where you don't get to attack the same turn you wake up, he easily takes us out. Of course, when he uses multi-hit moves is always a high number, never is when I do it. An entire 18 attempts later, and we finally get a run where I get past Alakazam again, and don't just get put to sleep by Exeggutor. Gyarados is 5th, and he instantly leers me, and I paralyze him off a Body Slam, so we just finished him off, and last is Charizard. He outspeeds us and took out half of our remaining health with a critical slash, but we lucked out, and our Body Slam paralyzed him, giving us the speed advantage and letting us finish him off on the follow-up. Body Slam is an absolute lifesaver. I wasn't really sure how that run was gonna go. I was worried it would just be mostly easy with difficult Alakazam fights. I'm happy that it was a bit more interesting than just that. I really hope that you guys like the run. I have an idea of what I'm gonna do for next Saturday's Pokemon Challenge, but I think I need to keep it a secret just because you'll see when it comes out. As always, I'm looking forward to your suggestions in the comments and on Twitter, though. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. If you want to see me do more challenges like this, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter. I can always use more ideas from you guys on what I should do next. Also, check out the playlists in the description to watch all of the Pokemon challenges that I've already uploaded. If you guys want to see more Pokemon stuff from me, my friend What a Geek and I just finished a Gen 1 randomizer over on his channel, linked in the description. You can also watch myself, What a Geek, and Goosit playing Pokemon Stadium here on my channel. Also, come to my Twitch TV streams and tell me that this video sent you. It's always cool to hear how you found the channel. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.